see you walking down the street, and I know just what that means. Hope that you'll be back someday, but that don't help me now anyways. Try to read the words in between. Hard to keep track now anyway.
Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Sorry about the background noise. There's some work going on at the neighbor's house next door. I have been promising you guys some knife restorations. You guys seemed interested in me doing those restorations, so I have one for you finished today. As you can tell by the video, it was just a quick handle restoration. I didn't show the original picture where the handle was all cracked and messed up, but it was just a plasticky type handle pinned on, and it had broke, and the guy gave it to me in trade. He gave me some antlers and told me that he wanted some handles put on his knife. So here it is, all finished. Got it right here. He didn't give me any specifications. Basically, he said I was free to do what I want. And what I decided to do was go with some red scales, some white liners right here. Yeah, there you go. Came out pretty good. Again, knife was kind of beat up a little bit. The spine back here was all knocked up. It looked like it was hit with a hammer or pipe or whatever. And the edge was all messed up as well. I had to take it back a little bit farther than I was comfortable doing it. But it really needed it just so you can have one cohesive edge on here. And all in all, I think it came out pretty well considering what I had to work with. This was a restoration. It's not a build from scratch. Still a couple of things I got left to do to it. Some straightening up here and there, make sure I got a couple more coats of oil on the handle so that it's nice and conditioned for them. And I got done. I went ahead and lubricated the sheath and conditioned that leather and tried to get it back to where it was before. At the end of the day, though, I wasn't happy with it. It just doesn't look right. It didn't feel right. It just looked old and beat up. So, it is what it is. I really had, a choice. I could either give it to him back like this with a nice new handle, or provide him with a nice new sheath. This is a monster sheath. I made this thing thick, and I made it like that on purpose. I wanted him to know that he had a sheath in his hand. I tried something different. I did not use any stitching on the sheath. I cannot guarantee that I won't add stitching to this thing before I send it, but I kind of don't want to. This is stacked up. I've got some really strong contact cement in here, and it's supposedly able to hold it. So it's got some curing left to do. I went ahead and got the finish. One thing that I like about this sheath is that it is the first one to leave my shop with the maker's mark. So that is definitely something I've got some pride about. It's a friction fit. You know, it's a nice tight fit in there. It's not going out. It's not going to fall out. You know, it's definitely in there. And I think personally this looks a lot better than this. You know, I could be wrong, whatever. I think I like it a lot better. Didn't go too crazy with the design. I kept it, you know, I burnished the edges a little bit. You know, kept it. This is going to get some serious use because this guy has a couple of acres of property, to say the least, that he manages. So this is going to get used quite a bit. But I conditioned it. I've got. What I did was, in an effort to kind of try something different. I've never made a sheath like this before. I usually do a lot of taco style sheaths and stuff like that. What I did was I wanted to account for the thickness here in the handle scales. Basically, I stacked the leather up. You can see it right here. So what I did was I've got one sheet of leather that's folded over and that blends into another sheet of leather. So right now that gives you 2 stacks. Then I have 2 more stacks of leather to account for the thickness of the handle in here, so that it sits flush and not cockeyed like this. You know, I wanted it to be able to sit as flat as humanly possible, not, you know, bumped up because the handle's thicker than this. That's kind of what was happening here on this sheath. When you put it in, you could see that there was just, they used the minimal amount, and I don't even know if that's maybe 4-ounce leather. I don't know what the heck that is. It's pretty thin, but you see how that goes like that. That was driving me crazy. So what I did was made it so that it sits in there nice, and it sits like that. And really, I think it came out good. I've got another layer of leather that surrounds the blade, and then capped off with another layer of leather all together on the top. It is still cold, and what I mean by that is it has recently been dyed. I've got a few more, maybe 1 or 2 more coats of dye to put on this thing, but at the end of the day, I think this is pretty close to what it's going to look like when it's completely done. You know, just some more conditioner to put on it. I want to put the knife in. I want to leave the knife sit in here. You know, I want to keep working the knife in and out, but I don't want it to conform to the knife blade because I want that friction fit to be there. I don't want to put a loop around the handle. Should he call me in a month and say, hey, this thing keeps coming loose, then it's easy enough to just put a band right behind here that I can use to attach the handle. I'd rather not go that route. I want to leave this so that it's a friction fit. It's nice and tight and ain't going anywhere. When he needs it, he pulls it out. When he wants it, he puts it back. That's simple, you know. So at the end of the day, guys, here it is, completed, finished. A knife, new sheath, brass handles. This is the first of a handful of restorations that I've got. Last night, or actually 2 nights ago, I received a request from an individual who has purchased his a BK, and he wants to do some modifications to it. We're talking new scales, new better leather sheath. There's that black finish he wants removed. He wants to do some kind of a etching on the blade. So it's going to be a lot of cool things we're going to do to it. That's it for this knife restoration. A couple more projects coming along the way. Keep your eyes open for them. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like these types of videos. Let me know if you like the way the knife turned out. I'd love to hear your feedback. Comments down below. Also, links to everything down below. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook page, the whole 9 yards. Sign up on the emailing list if you want to get special offers from the shop that are only out there for the subscribers. And links are going to be at the end of the video right on the screen. Click them if you want to go that route. If you're mobile, they're down in the details as well. So guys, as always, be good, and I'll see you in the woods.
Bible lies inside of make-believe. Tells the stars will shine.